Uh,
Big ball, fat, making my end. Fucking big killer, hot. Big ball, fat.
Sports God TV broadcasting from DC. Like and subscribe if you really trying to see me. Oh, with a feeling talking sports like religion. No cap over here, man. It's all about business. Share the content, jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. So here we go, man. Week number 5. Recap week number 6 predictions. Hey, your boy went 4-2 in week number 5. I'm going to run down the picks. I'm going to run down the wins and the losses. And then I'm going to make my predictions for week number 6. All right. Thursday night, it was the Bucks versus the Falcons. The Falcons were favored by 1.5 points. I took the Buccaneers, thinking that the Bucks could win on the road, and Kirk Cousins went the hell off. He threw for 509 yards and 4 TDs. I mean, come on, man. Kirk Cousins ain't never done nothing like that. Never. Then you got Mooney, 9 receptions for 105, 2 touchdowns. And then you got Drake London for 12 receptions for 154. I mean, and you got a ton of other guys that's 50-plus yards. I mean, Kirk Cousins was slinging the ball. I mean, he threw the ball 58 times, almost 60 times. That's crazy. 60 times in a game. That joker is like a pitcher on the mound, an ace on the mound. You know what I mean? You throw a certain amount of pitches, man. They got to put that jacket on you, man, to tame that arm down, because that arm definitely had to be hurting waking up the next morning. You know. Then we had the London game, the Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. And I took the Vikings minus the 2.5 because they were favored by 2.5. I picked the Vikings, and guess what the Vikings did? They rolled and stayed undefeated as they picked off Aaron Rodgers not once, not twice, but 3 times, all 3 of them. One of them went back to the house as the Minnesota Vikings took care of business. Then you had the Cleveland Browns coming into my town versus my Commanders. My Commanders were favored by 3, and I told you guys to take the Commanders minus the 3 points. And what did they do for a second week in a row? They rolled over the Cleveland Browns as Jaden Daniels and company looked fantastic. The defense was above par, and Deshaun Watson actually looked like trash can juice, man. Yeah. I don't know what to say about Cleveland. And I told you guys that is my low-key second team because I have a good relationship with the 216. But it's all DC or nothing. Then we had the Buffalo Bills versus the Texans, and I had the Bills minus the 1. Bonehead decision by the head coach on your own goal line. Tie ball game. You got Josh Allen and Cook in the backfield, and you threw the ball 3 straight times to give the Houston Texans great field position to nail a game-winning field goal, to not even force overtime, to get the win at the buzzer, which was, I don't know what kind of coaching or thinking that he was doing, but it cost them the game. And yeah, the Texans took care of home field advantage. Then you had the Cowboys versus the Steelers. Now, the Steelers were favored by 2.5, and I had the Steelers on this ticket. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had the Cowboys. I said the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys plus the 2.5. The Cowboys won outright. They didn't even need the 2.5 points. Dak Prescott threw a touchdown with, I think it was about 20-something seconds left, and the Cowboys won. That game was delayed for a couple of hours. I was sleepy trying to watch that game. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't finished watching the game. I had to wake up the next morning to find out what the score was because the game started so late because of the weather, due to the weather. And then for the last game, you had the Saints versus the Chiefs. I said take the Chiefs minus the 5.5. And even though Patrick Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown, the offense was unstoppable. I mean, you had Kareem Hunt going crazy. You had Juju Smith-Schuster going crazy. Older players from former teams. Kareem Hunt coming back to the team, shining. Mahomes making, Kelsey's looking good. Xavier Worthy's looking good. The Chiefs defense was looking good. And they got the victory at home. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So that was a 4-2 week for me. Now, moving on to week 6, man, I ain't see too much interested on the schedule, man. I only got 4 games, man, 4 games lined up. You got the 2-3 San Francisco 49ers versus the 3-2 Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks lost at home last week versus the New York Football Giants. San Francisco is favored by 3.5 points despite losing to the Arizona Cardinals at home. On the road, divisional game, you expect, San Fran go down and lose another game, and it'd be 2-4, and the Seahawks up 4-2 in that division. You gotta start, not hit the panic, but you gotta start worrying about this, that, and the third, right? So with that being said, I will not take the spread in this game. I think this will be a tight game. I don't know which way it can go. It could be a coin flip. But give me the San Francisco 49ers on the money line. Then you got the Detroit Lions. 3-1 Detroit Lions versus the 3-2 Cowboys. Cowboys are 0-2 at the house. You know they got to get a win eventually at home. I don't think it would be this week, though. Give me the Lions minus the 3 on the road. For some reason in Jerry's world, when teams play in Jerry world, a lot of teams shine. They know that's one of the biggest stages, the brightest lights. Everybody wants to be a star. If you are what you say you are, a super. Y'all get it. But Jared Goff, Amari St. Brown, Jamari Gibbs, Montgomery, I think they all have a fabulous game. Aiden Hutchinson on the defensive side. I think they take down the Cowboys and push the Cowboys down to 3-3, and the Lions move on to be 4-1. Give me the Lions on the spread. Then you got the 3-2 Tampa Bay Bucks coming off a bye week versus the 2-3 New Orleans Saints, who started off fire, 2-0. Everybody in the media bragging about them. They put up almost 100 points in 2 games. Oh, my God, they're going to be unstoppable. And then calm down. They lost 3 straight. Still competitive games, but they lost 3 straight. Bucks are favored by 3.5 on the road. I don't like the spread for the Bucks, but I'm going to flip the script. Give me the New Orleans. Now, it all depends on if Taysom Hill is playing, right? But give me the New Orleans Saints on the plus money, plus 3.5 at home in the Superdome to take care of the Tampa Bay Bucks, despite the fact that they're coming off of a bye week. And then last but not least, obvious game of the week between my 4-1 Washington Commanders rolling up the beltway to go face that man, the 2-time MVP, 1-time undisputed, whatever you want to say, man. It just, flat out Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. And the defense, but kind of been a little bit suspect, but they still Baltimore, right? They are 3-2. after starting 0-2 on a 3-game winning streak, while my Commanders are on a 4-game win streak. The Ravens are favored by 6.5 points at home, basically 7, versus my Commanders. This should be a great game, very entertaining game. And my Commanders been rolling, been putting cash in the pockets. But this week, I mean, I think the Baltimore Ravens actually slow down the Commanders a little bit. I still think it's going to be a dogfight game. Of course, I got much faith in my Commanders. I'm not saying that the Commanders can't go in there and win, but for some reason, I feel like Baltimore will edge out the Commanders. But it will be a very, very competitive game, and I expect Jayden Daniels to do what Jayden Daniels have done. I do have a fond memory in my head when it comes to the Redskins / Washington football team / Commanders. In that case, it was the Redskins when RG3 was having a fabulous rookie year, and Nahada messed up my man's whole career when RG3 was diving and he hit that knee, and that pretty much derailed his whole career. It's kind of unfortunate and superstitious, but we're facing the Ravens. Instead of being in FedEx, which is now Northwestern Stadium, we're actually in Baltimore. Jayden, do your thing. Get down. Commanders, baby. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion, and I'm out. Until the next time.